It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Wiper and True, and it's the In the Groves Amber Ale. This one's coming in at 5.1% ABV. It's in a 500ml bottle and it's 33 IBUs. Batch number 2. The beer's been brewed with Pale, Munich, Crystal and Caragold malts, Calypso, Amarillo and Eldorado hops, and Safale US number 5 yeast. There's a bottle cap. Thank you to Wiper and True for all that very relevant information. If you're a home brewer, I'm pretty sure you can get out there and brew this beer yourself now after that information. Whoa! Nice bit of smoke on the opening. That was probably my fault. The over elaborate bottle opening. But then saying that, I mean, it is quite a lively beer. So, oh, I've gone and put it. I tell you what I've done, and this is purely my own fault and Marston's fault really. I've stuck it in one of those. I've just grabbed the glass out of the cupboard and I've gone and stuck it in one of those widget glasses. Look at the state of that. I mean this in the best possible terms to Wiper and True. Because of the glass, look at the state of that beer. Look at the way the carbonation is raging away there. No ale should really look like that, do that. It's just the glass. It's that horrible widgety thing on the bottom. If you're in any way kind of, I think what happens is that the etching on the glass, it causes a reaction with the beer, and the carbonation in the beer, and it really kind of fizzes it along. And the trouble is with that is that it's kind of you got to drink it within 10-15 minutes, or all that carbonation is gone. It's kind of been rushed out of the beer. It's a 3 to 4 finger tan coloured head. If I put it in a proper glass, I tell you what I will do as a pure kind of experiment, on the spot experiment. I'll grab a beer glass with I'll use this lovely wine brewery glass, and I'll pour the beer how the wine brewery and Wiper and True would want the beer to look like. Look at the difference. So, it's very different. Very different. Look at the two different beers. And I've just come across this by pure kind of accident. What you have here is, I know that it's a bottle conditioned beer, so this one's going to be cloudy because I poured all of the beer in. So ignore that. Ignore the clarity. What you're looking at here is the carbonation. Look at the two different levels of the carbonation. One's skyrocketing up the glass because of what a regional brewer thinks a beer should look like, and one is rather more still. It looks like a proper ale in a glass. Let's get the aroma. Let's use this glass. So spicy, malty, hoppy, lots of hops. It's got a lovely hop aroma. Grapefruity, citrusy. Let's dive in. Cheers. Wow. Wow, fair play. It's really grapefruity, really kind of citrusy, and it's got lots of this, well, the American hops on the bottle I read out earlier on. What did I say? Calypso, Amarillo and Eldorado. So lots of different styles of hops in there. The Amarillo, for one, really does pull through. And it produces, it's a mixture of grapefruit, grape, like some juicy green grapes, spicy, slightly, there's a slight bit of orange peel in it as well. It is a nicely carbonated beer. Now let's see what happens here now with the beer we poured in that quite lively Marston's glass. And already it's it's smoother taste because the beer's lost a lot of that carbonation. Look, it has settled down already. There's only so much, carbonation that it's a bottle conditioned beer. So that yeast is only going to produce a certain amount of carbonation naturally. If you put it in one of these etched glasses, that carbonation, it's kind of like a fuel efficient car. That glass over there is just letting it off steadily. Whereas this glass here, it's kind of a 1 minute wonder, as we'd say in the bedroom. It's all over in a minute. And that's what's happened with the carbonation in this glass of beer. But, taking nothing away from the beer is absolutely fantastic. Wiper and True, In the Groves, Amber Ale, 5.1% ABV. It's a lovely beer. It's an 8 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10 for Real Ale Craft Beer. If you've stumbled across the little science show we just put on, I do apologise. It was just how it happened. It was my fault for pulling down that etched glass from the cupboard. But I think it was a bit different. It kind of shows two different styles of beer glass, on what style you prefer. If you want something which is kind of rushing and look, it's all about the looks with the Marston's glass. It's all about how the beer tastes in a normal potted beer glass. 8 out of 10. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.